There's a lot of Puerto Rican boxing this weekend. Today we have Patrick Teixeira fighting Xander Zayas. This is Xander Zayas' biggest test. I think it's his biggest test because he's fighting a former champion, and he's been looking good. And in his last couple of fights, I'm impressed with his boxing ability. I need to see more though. I still need to see more, and I believe that he's slowly progressing into the contender status. And I feel like with this fight right here, he's gonna elevate himself to contender status, and I believe that he's gonna go far. I just need to see more. I'm sold on him, but I feel like he needs to prove himself a little bit more. But as far as Promoting Matias, I feel like I made a good point about the way they haven't been promoting him, and I feel like Eddie Hearns, because I've been doing my research, and Eddie Hearns, he signed Promoting Matias to a multi-fight deal, but he signed Liam Paro to a long-term fight deal. So it's like he's putting more emphasis on Liam Paro and taking him more serious. He's the younger fighter, 25 and 0, but he's making a mistake. He's making a mistake because Promoting Matias is the star. That he doesn't truly believe everything that everybody's saying. Obviously, if he's not promoting Promoting Matias, not putting out content for Promoting Matias the way he should. But somebody that followed me on my channel made an interesting point that Fresh Productions is supposed to get paid to promote him as well, and it's a joint promotion deal where Fresh Production from Puerto Rico and Eddie Hearns Matchroom. But still, if Eddie Hearns Matchroom signed him, he should do a better job in promoting him. He should do a better job in promoting Promoting Matias. But I feel like there's a lot of things going on in behind the scenes, and I want to show you a video where Promoting Matias was actually saying that Eddie Hearns is happy that the fight is in Puerto Rico, and they believe that he basically said that Eddie Hearns is banking on the fact that the fight could go to distance and the judges could decide the fight because they want to rob the fight from Promoting Matias. I don't want Eddie want Paro to have the belt. Yeah, that's true. That's facts, man. I feel like Eddie wants Paro to have the belt, and he's been promoting Jack Catterall. He's been promoting Liam Paro more than Promoting Matias. You haven't seen any content of Promoting Matias, and Promoting Matias basically said in Spanish. I'm going to show you the video. He said that he's not gonna lose whatever he worked so hard to busted his butt to accomplish to get his title, and he's not gonna lose in front of his people. And that he's saying that Paro and Eddie Hearns are happy that there's a big possibility the fight could go to distance and they could rob Promoting Matias. And Promoting Matias was saying that he's the leader of the circus and he decides what happens in the circus, how the fight ends, and he said that he's gonna knock out Liam Paro. He's been talking a lot. And this is the video I want to show you. I want to show you the video. I'm not just saying this. My boy Vic SZN Sports brought it up, and he kind of like validated what I was assuming that was going on as far as Eddie Hearns not wanting Promoting Matias to win and putting more emphasis on Liam Paro. Check this out. What Subriel said.
Quieren quitarme lo que yo tanto me jodido para tener. Ustedes saben que hablo de mi equipo. Paro, con el otro, con Kevin, ellos están contentos porque ellos piensan que yo voy a permitir que los jueces anoten la pelea, la eliminen. Yo soy el dueño del circo, yo soy el que digo cómo es que se baila. Y ustedes saben que esto es uno más tío, estamos bien activos.
Facts, man. Facts. He's saying what I just finished translating. And I feel like this is going on. There's a lot of politics in boxing. But he's going to be sadly mistaken that when Promoting Matias outshines Tank Davis and he sees that the fight is sold out, which he already probably knows, the fight is already sold out. That there's a full capacity of people that are going to be filling that arena in Manatí. And yeah, we acting. Well, yep. Boricua's in effect. They're sleeping on us, and I think that they're undermining Puerto Ricans, Boricuas, and especially I feel like this. It could be a racial thing too. It could be. I'm not sure. But why they're undermining Promoting Matias? Maybe because he's a dark-skinned Puerto Rican. and they don't want to promote him the way he should, because throughout his career, they always set him up to fail and to lose, and he never lost until he only lost to the Ananian guy, but it was because he wasn't totally in the fight because of what happened with the opponent Dadashev, which he died in the ring fighting Matias. That affected him, and he went into the fight high. Everybody knows that story. Everybody's a true fan. But at the same time, Super Matias avenged that loss and knocked him out, and he got all his fights by knockout. But he was always set up to fail. If you look at when he was in Showtime, and he was fighting indirectly under Al Heyman's promotion, not directly, because with Fresh Production, they never really promoted Super Matias. They always promoted the African American fighters like Errol Spence, Tank Davis. They don't want to promote the Latinos, and that's why he left. And I feel like they purposely put the date for the fight, June 15th, the same date with Tank Davis and Super Matias versus Paro. So I feel like they did that deliberately, and I feel like Eddie Hearns. I don't want to talk about Eddie Hearns yet. They set up Super Matias all those years when he fought Dadashev. Dadashev was the next big thing coming up from Ukraine, and when he fought Super Matias, he already had beaten a former champion, Dadashev. So they were taking him serious. The promotion was putting all their energy behind him, not Super Matias. And Super Matias, he knocked him out, and you know what happened after that. And he won the fight. Nobody wanted Super Matias to win. He's always been set up to lose, and he keeps knocking out all the undefeated fighters, all the ones you put in front of him, everybody. Hawkins, Malik Hawkins, a lot of different fighters. And I feel like this has always been the test that they put in front of Super Matias, that other fighters, the elite fighters, don't have to go through. And now he's fighting another undefeated fighter. I think it's going to be the 6th undefeated fighter that he fights. Yeah, man, they know. Even Shakur knows. And Tank Davis doesn't even mention Super Matias. But I feel like they purposely are not promoting Super Matias the way they should. I think Super Matias is going to prove even his promoter wrong, Eddie Hearn. And I feel like, it's so blatant how they haven't been promoting him. And it's a shame that hardcore boxing fans have to promote him instead of the actual promoters themselves. But you know what? Like, if we keep spreading the word, and all us content creators keep, putting out content about Super Matias that's lacking from Eddie Hearns, that's a good thing, because each one could reach one. I just made that quote right now. Each one could reach one, and then we could actually build a strong following, so people can actually follow Super Matias more than he's being followed right now. I know he has a lot more fans than people imagine, because he has a growing fan base, and I feel like with this fight with Liam Paro, when Super Matias knocks him out and he proves Eddie Hearns wrong, what is Eddie Hearns going to say now when he sees the arena sold out by Super Matias? Because he sold out the arena in Manatee, and it's going to be the first time they have a championship fight in Manatee. He's making history, and I think that the location where he's fighting in Manatee, Super Matias, it's like 30 minutes away from the first world champion of Puerto Rico, Cisco Escobar, where he used to live. So he's making a lot of history. And he's gonna do a lot of great things. And Puerto Rico needs all the help that it can get right now from colonialism and all that. I don't want to get into that, but it's good that we have a champion that's from the island. But it's a shame that Xander Zayas gets more promotion than Super Matias. And I think Xander Zayas is, he's a talented boxer, but he's not at the same level as far as the dog mentality, the brutal, surpass anything that goes in front of you mentality. Not like Subriel, but he does have boxing skills, and I feel like he has a cumulative power, just like Super Matias. But Super Matias has a more relentless, awkward style, and he brings a lot to the table as far as a strong will, a strong mindset, like a dog mindset, like whatever he's been through, he's been shot at. So he has all those kind of things, that he's overcame in his life. So it makes Super Matias a different level of a fighter, the way he approaches each fight, like with that relentless, no fear, I could overcome anything mentality. Xander Zayas doesn't have that mentality. He's like the boy next door type boxer. He's friendly, and Super Matias is friendly once you get to know him. But when you look at his eyes, you see what he's overcame, and you see the dog in him. because he's like willing to go the extra mile to like actually win. Like he's not afraid to get hit a little bit. He has a underrated defense. Subriel Matias does have defense. He has a high guard defense, but he's not as technical as a Xander Zayas. But he makes up for it because he throws so many combinations with little distance. He throws like a swivel jab, swivel jab like with short distance, and he's able to do a lot, and he blocks a lot of shots. When he was fighting Ergashev, he proved that that he has good defense because people only pay attention to whatever they want to pay attention. Like the haters, they only say, "Oh, Subriel Matias got hit." Of course, you're gonna get hit, but if you look at the majority of the punches that Ergashev was throwing, he didn't land the majority of them. He missed a lot of them, but they don't want to focus on that. The haters never want to focus on that. Like Chris Algieri from Pro Box TV, he's a hater. He's a hater. I called him out on the show. If you check out that one of the shows from Pro Box TV, 140 champions. They were talking about all the 140 champions. My comment was mentioned like 4 times in that video, and I called out Chris Algieri, and he didn't like what I said because I was telling the truth. I was exposing him for being a hater. But like at the end of the day, just be real and be subjective. Don't just say things just out of hate or animosity towards the fighter. Be real about it. Observe all their qualities. Danny Garcia, dad talking facts. Oh yeah, I know Danny Garcia's dad. I actually met him in the Puerto Rican parade, and I met Danny Garcia as well, and his father, Angel Garcia. I'm gonna check out that video, but they speak facts, but a lot of people can't handle the truth. But I feel like Xander Zayas, he's fighting Patrick Teixeira, who used to be a champion, and I feel like this is gonna be a really good fight and a really good test because Patrick Teixeira is saying that he doesn't believe that Xander Zayas really has power, based on what the fights that he's watched. But he may say that he doesn't have power, but speed and the way he throws his combinations, that could be power too. So it's the way you set up the combinations, and I feel like Patrick Teixeira is in for a rude awakening. I truly believe that Xander Zayas, he doesn't have one punch KO power, but he does have a cumulative punching power. But he's getting a lot better in setting up his punches and his combinations, and the way he boxes is beautiful. Like he has a beautiful boxing style, and it would be good to see him against Jesus Ramos, who I think beat Lubin. I think he beat Lubin. They robbed him, but that's another story. But I really like Jesus Ramos. I think he's one-dimensional. He's slower than Xander Zayas. I believe Xander Zayas that would be a good fight because it's a really a war of attrition, battle of attrition. But I feel like Xander Zayas would outbox Jesus Ramos. Will he stop him? I don't know because he does have a good chin. And Jesus Ramos has a good chin. Shout out to my Mexicans out there. I support you guys. I know it's a boxing rivalry between Puerto Rico and Mexico. I'm gonna go for Puerto Rico, but I respect the Mexicans and I respect what they bring to the table. And I just feel like when it comes to Puerto Rico versus Mexico, we're ahead of them in the victories that we have. I don't know exactly the amount, but the last time I checked, we was ahead of him as far as like having more victories over them. But it's a very great rivalry. It's a friendly rivalry, Like a lot of people they take it to another level. They add hate to it, like I don't like Mexicans. No. Mexicans are our brothers, but we just have a friendly competition, and I feel like that's great for boxing. We're the ones that sell the most, because Latinos support the boxers the most. And I forgot to mention this guy from Brownsville, Brooklyn, Shu Carrington. Man, he's ill. I love the way he boxes. He has power and he has skills. He's undefeated. They replaced the opponent that he was gonna fight. He's gonna fight somebody else. I forgot the name of the boxer, but Shu Carrington. You guys gotta check him out. Shu Carrington. The Puerto Ricans are embracing him, and he's representing. He's actually showing love to the Puerto Rican people. You gotta shout out to Shu Carrington. He's really I'm from Brooklyn, so I'm a Boricua from Brooklyn. But Shu Carrington is from Brownsville, Brooklyn, and he's somebody to check out. You guys got to check out Shu Carrington. He's undefeated. He's a prospect, and I think he's in the 126-pound division. And you got to check him out. He's really good. He's the truth. He's just getting better and better. And they're mentioning him fighting Inoue in the near future. They're mentioning Stu Carrington, like he's gonna actually call out Inoue after his victory tonight. That's what he said. And I think Inoue is in the crowd from Japan. I think he's gonna be there watching the fight. So that's why he's gonna mention Inoue. He's gonna call him out. Oh god, these people are clowns. Anyway, so yeah, some of the comments I read, like these people just have nothing better to do than say something negative. All right, but you still tuning in. Anyway, check it out. So check out these fights tonight, and Subriel Matias needs more promotion, and I think that after he wins next weekend, which is on June 15th, they're gonna give the Tank Davis fight on the same date. But I think the Tank Davis fight actually. The Tank Davis fight is going to be a little later because it's in Las Vegas. I think so. It might start at 10 or 11. I'm going to find out later and keep you updated. And the Subriel Matias versus Paro fight starts at 7 p.m. in Puerto Rico. So we're going to see who does better, Tank Davis or Subriel Matias. I feel like Subriel Matias is definitely going to shine. And, you know, Frank Martin is a live dog, but I believe Tank Davis doesn't have the harder fight. The harder fight is Leon Paro versus Subriel Matias. That's what I think. Yeah. So yeah, so definitely check out the fight. And I love all the haters coming in because you're just blowing up my channel, whether you hate or you love. But I like the positive energy because the positive energy is what we need more in this world, because there's too many haters that don't have anything constructive to say because they don't live a constructive life. They don't live a life where it's actually being positive and spreading out good energy. They're just miserable. So they need to like actually start cause havoc with somebody else. But anyway, I just love all the haters and all the people that support, because at the end of the day, you making my channel bigger. And subscribe to my channel. Tony also knows boxing. And you know, not everybody's gonna be pleased or agree with what I say, but the important thing is that I keep it real. I keep it real, and I'm not biased, and I call things out for what they are. And if people don't like what I'm saying, then too bad. Then change the channel. Then go to another YouTube content creator. You know, all I am is about positive frequencies. You know, engaging and uplifting people and the boxing fans as a whole. And I just want Puerto Rico to be independent too. Puerto Rico. Free Puerto Rico, you know, because what's going on in Puerto Rico is uncalled for. But check out my music on Spotify, Pandora, the Prodigy Valpiso Campos, the Monumental Truth. I got a new album coming out, The Essence of Who I Am. It's me singing R&B, Afro beats, just, you know, representing who my mom was in my life. She passed away, but I honor my mom with the music that I'm putting out in my next album, The Essence of Who I Am. I got Afro beat. I got dance music, I got R&B, soul, you know, I got a little bit of everything, but in salsa too. But I just put all the styles and all the lyrics that reflect who I am, the essence of who I am. It reflects what my mom taught me how to be, you know. So yeah, check out, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Tony Also Knows Boxing, share, and I appreciate all the positive energy. And the negative energy is all it's doing is just building my channel up more. But I don't focus on the negative people. But, you know, mad love to you too, you know, because what you're doing is just making my channel better. Not better, but you're just increasing the views. And but I just like positive energy for the most part, because positive energy is what we need in this world. This world doesn't have a lot of it, and there's too much negativity because a lot of people are self-destructive, and it's easier to be negative because, you know, it takes more effort and more intelligence to be positive. But to be negative, it don't require intelligence. It's easy to do something just destructive and not constructive, and, you know, defeat yourself. And all it does is just inhibit your growth. Being negative inhibits your growth. You don't learn. You got to get out of your comfort zone. A lot of people that are negative, they're not comfortable with themselves, and they feel like they have to put somebody down so they can feel good about themselves because they're afraid. They're afraid to actually get out of their comfort zone and do something positive. So they rather do something negative because that's the only thing they have to offer. They don't have anything to offer so anybody else can grow. All they know how to do is self-destruct, so they want everybody else to feel like them. A lot of negative people, man. You know what? Come to Brooklyn. Come to Brooklyn. And I've been in Puerto Rico. I know everybody in Puerto Rico. I got family in Puerto Rico. And I don't even have to go there. I know all the hoods over there. Anyway, I got respect for everybody that tunes in, and even the ones that tune in to start trouble, they're not even worth mentioning, because at the end of the day, they're in my channel. You're in my channel. I'm entertaining the negative people. Maybe I'm giving you some life. Maybe I'm giving you some life, or I should inspire you to do something great with your life, so that way you don't be so toxic and go to people's pages and waste your time and effort in something that you should be putting more positive energy in, something constructive to build somebody else up. But a lot of people don't know how to do that. And I'm here to inspire. I'm here to inspire, and the negativity doesn't affect me. It just makes me bigger and better for God, and makes me bigger and better for my people, to uplift and to give people positive energy. Because whenever you're doing something good, there's always going to be somebody to try to stop you, and because they don't know how to build, all they know how to do is destroy. But yeah, man, check out the fight, Promoting Matias versus Paro, next weekend. And this is what yeah, my brother, PL Boxing, I'm with you too. Yeah, we're about that positivity. And yeah, definitely. And Xander Zayas tonight, I believe Xander Zayas is gonna win by KO, and he's fighting a really good fighter, Patrick Teixeira. So if that happens, and he knocks him out, he looks good. I mean, that's a learning experience at the end of the day for him to transition to the next level. But I think he could be Erickson Lubin. I think he could probably give the Fendura a good fight. I don't know who will win that fight. Fendura's pretty tall, but I feel like he has possibilities to win the championship at 154. And I wish him nothing but the best. I'm not sold on Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga, I don't think he's ready for Canelo. I think he's just, he just has a good name, and I just feel like it's a no frills Puerto Rico versus Mexico if he fights Canelo and Edgar Berlanga. That's like a no frills Mexico Puerto Rico. Like, boxing is not the way it used to be, and the real dogs like Promoting Matias, they need to be promoted more, and I believe he's going to be promoted more after the victory with Paro. And then, he's going to show everybody that he's sold out in Puerto Rico, that the arena is full capacity. In Manatí, he's making history. And I feel like now is his time. He just has to prove Eddie Hearns wrong. Eddie Hearns is going to be in for a big shock when he knocks out Liam Paro. They're giving Liam Paro too much credit, but I don't think he's ever faced a dog like Promoting Matias. And he's really good, but I don't think he's built for him. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate everybody. Tony also knows boxing. Tune into my channel, subscribe, comment. I appreciate all the love. And check out my music, The Prodigy by Luis Ocampo, The Monumental Truth. I got a gospel album too. And you can check out my new album when I drop it. It's being worked on right now. We're doing mixing and mastering and production for some of the songs. But yeah, one love to everybody. Tony also knows boxing. Keeping it real.